Hello everybody. Some of you might know me who follow us along and some of you not. So my name is Valentina from Tourists with Kids, a full-time traveling family, and I'm mom to 4 kids, and homeschooling is not something that is not new to us. We are currently traveling the world with our children and we are homeschooling since 2 years. So what moved us to homeschooling was the desire to travel. That was the only compatible option with traveling, so we decided to homeschool. And on the beginning it wasn't easy. We had a wine shop, we were working both, and we had the kids at home 24 hours, 7 days a week, and plus we had to give them education. So we have learned a lot of lessons along that way, and we hope to share these experiences with you who are currently involuntarily homeschooling, and hopefully you guys find some value out of it. So one thing that I want you to know is homeschooling is not school at home. You as a parent, as a mom or dad, you have a completely different authority role than a teacher has. You have more emotions, you have another bond with your child, so it's not school at home. And don't try to do school at home. You also need to know that when you are educating your child at home, you will need less time because you're having one-on-one education, or if you have siblings, 1-on-2 or 3 or 4, like in our case. And this is much more efficient than a classroom, which has usually between 25 and 30 kids. So you can go deeper into the questions of your child. You can make your approach more individual, so this makes the whole learning more efficient, meaning you will need less time for formal schooling. Depending from the age of your child, it might be from 1 to 3 hours that you need really formal schooling, formal education, serious concentration, and the rest just have fun and just explore together and let them learn in an informal way. I want to share with you our advice how to homeschool, and we have broken it down into 3 advices. Number 1, make your homeschooling child-oriented. If you take a look on your child and investigate what are his weaknesses, what are his strengths, what does your child like, what does he dislike, what is the best time when your child learns. Is it in the morning? Is it in the evening? Is it after lunch, after a meal, or is it after play? Take a look how your child is learning the best. If you make your homeschooling approach child-oriented, it will be much more efficient. Take into consideration maybe what is the best way for your child to learn. Is he more auditive, visual? Does he need sensory experience? All this. Take this into account in order to avoid frustration and overwhelmment. It is really important to tailor it, your homeschooling approach, your workload on your child. And don't compare your child. Some things that are working to another children or even siblings might not work for another kid, so it's okay. This goes along with advice number 2, which is create a positive environment. We have seen the difference, and this is so important to create a positive environment of encouragement, of empowerment, of empathy. If there is a positive environment, learning will go much easier. If your child feels secure, if your child is motivated, if your child feels well in the environment he is, without pressure, without stress, or without guilt, it will be much better and much easier for your child to learn and to pick up things. It's just proven in the neuroscience that you can better learn. Your brain can absorb the knowledge better. So I do really encourage you, create that environment of curiosity, of fun on learning, and so this includes looking on your child, how does he learn, and also, setting realistic expectations to your child. I know you get a lot of worksheets from the teachers now. Break it into sequences. Make maybe top 3. What do you want your child to learn, or what does he need to learn today or in this hour? And after learn that, you can continue to the next sequence, of the other 3 things he needs to learn. So this is really important. Break it down, and in moments of frustration or overwhelmment, review these successes with your child. Go back and take a look. Hey, look how much we have done. This is all you have achieved, and you can do it. And sometimes it's also an invitation to adapt your learning strategy. Maybe the way how you have tried to convey knowledge is not the knowledge, it's not the best way, so adapt your learning strategy. This might change. Maybe one version worked before but doesn't work now or in another area, so adapt your learning strategy. And really understand your child. This is so crucial. If you show empathy in struggles, it will make it easier for your child to learn. And show empathy when your child is struggling or when he feels overwhelmed. Number 3 is give your child responsibility. As this is starting already from a young age, and you can do this with a toddler. There are easy tasks that toddlers can do, and the more older they grow, give them more responsibility. They will benefit from that when they're adults. And you know that from work, if you have responsibility, if you have trust from your boss, this is something that has a positive effect on your learning. This is something that creates this positive environment. So don't fear to let your child plan his schedule for the day, give him a frame of things he has to do, and he can plan the day for himself. Or give him tasks he can do in the household, for instance. We often hear that the new generation cannot do the practical things anymore in the household. So this is an amazing opportunity now to join you in the household tasks, to help you out, to take responsibility, to learn other things than only in the books. Cooking, for instance. Smaller kids toddlers, they can help already in the kitchen. They can do small things. And teenagers, they maybe can plan a meal and they can cook a meal for the family. So be creative and definitely give them responsibility. It is an important characteristic or important ability to learn for their future. So keep in mind to make your homeschooling child-oriented in a positive environment and sharing responsibility with them. This is really like the top 3 of the of the basis of the homeschooling, this should be your basis to start with. And don't forget to have fun with your children. I know that it's a tough moment now when you have to be with your child or children all day at home during the quarantine situation of the coronavirus, but use it as an opportunity to bond, to create a solid parent-child relationship, engage in open discussions, talk about things, do things together, have fun, and don't be perfect. Don't try to be perfect. You will mess up. We all mess up. We all will not complete all the sheets or all the chapters that the teacher has given to us. And it's okay. You're not a teacher. See this as a moment to create a connection to your child. I wish you a lot of strength for this period. I know it's not easy for anyone, but try to keep a positive outlook, and all the best to you. Bye!